So if you've watched Overanalyzing Naruto already, let me explain to you what this video even is. This video is just a mashup of the episodes that Hinata vs Neji take place in, with anything not a part of that fight just cut out. So if you've watched Overanalyzing Naruto already, then there isn't really anything new, but if you want to stick around for the love of the game, go right ahead. If you're new around here though, and you end up liking what you see, then you might like the rest of Overanalyzing Naruto, a series where I overanalyze every episode of Naruto one by one. If you want to check it out, the top of the description is the playlist of every single episode, and it's there for you and you only. Also, this is the last compilation of the prelim fights, but if you want me to just make a compilation of every preliminary episode, let me know, cause I will. And yeah. If you couldn't tell, I'm really good at intros.
Here's some healing ointment. It's for you and Hakamaru.
Forget about us. You better start worrying about yourself, Hinata.
No, like seriously. The only person Hinata could beat is Choji, and the rest aren't even close.
If they put you in with that guy from the Sand Village, you've got to forfeit the match. Same with Neji. Be smart and just walk away.
This actually calls back to the Forest of Death, where Kiba and the rest of his team saw Gaara kill those hidden rain ninja. Even a couple episodes back, the only person Kiba didn't want to fight was Gaara. And it's a cool touch that Kiba also says to back out if she's against Neji. It wouldn't be bold to assume Kiba knows some of the Hyuga branch stuff, considering Kurenai knows it, and Lee knows it too.
Hinata.
I really like the tonal shift this episode puts on after the fight is revealed to be Hinata versus Neji. Although we don't know why Neji doesn't like Hinata, we know they're from the same clan, so we know there's a lot of weight being held in this fight.
I never thought that you and I would have to face each other, Hinata.
Nor I, brother.
What'd she call him?
I have heard that for many generations now there has been some bad blood between the two families.
This is good insight. This is needed insight. This whole interaction adds depth to the fight. It adds stakes. It gives a reason for the viewer to care. And the viewer should already care about this fight simply because of the characters. Hinata is the love interest of Naruto, and Neji is the rival of Lee, but there's now a personal aspect to it. It's not just two characters that are important to two big characters fighting. It's that plus a personal score, which like I said, gives this fight a lot more meaning. Honestly, it's just a really good matchup.
So it's like this match is a family feud.
Withdraw now. You know you were never meant to be a ninja.
You'll hear me talk about this throughout the episode, but one thing this fight sets out to accomplish is to make Neji as unlikable as possible. There's many goals of this fight, like Hinata character growth, but something this fight loves to do early on is make you hate Neji. In this flashback we get, it sets out to accomplish 3 things, and we're gonna go over all of them separately.
She's of less worth than her sister, 5 years her junior. The Hyuga clan has no use for such an heir.
The first thing it strives to accomplish is it makes you also want to hate Hinata's dad, and it also lets you know Kurenai is rooting for Hinata. Like, look at the change in emotion on Kurenai's face. The third thing it does is it makes you feel bad for Hinata, which in turn makes Neji more unlikable.
People can't change no matter how hard they try.
This is the line that makes you hate Neji, for now. The line lets you know what he's about on a broad scale, and although, yeah, we know the Hyuga's pretty messed up, we also favor Hinata over Neji because Hinata is closer to Naruto. So Neji saying all of this just pisses you off.
A failure will always be a failure.
It also doesn't help that Naruto takes offense to what Neji says. It reinforces Neji being unlikable while also setting up the 3rd exam.
Byakugan.
It's the Kekkei Genkai, or bloodline trait of the Hyuga.
Shout out Kakashi and Sakura teaming up to be the exposition machines. You love to see it. Oh, hey, it's the Byakugan. Wait, doesn't Hinata have that too? Are they like related or something?
Your gaze drifted toward the upper left corner of the room. I saw at that moment you were thinking of your past. Your bitter past.
I think this moment here drives home how powerful Neji is. Yeah, he's talking a bunch of shit to Hinata, but he also recognizes the smallest movement of the eye and predicted correctly what it was. If you want to convey how powerful someone is with a visual jutsu, that's the way to do it.
To me, it revealed all of your mental and physical suffering. You're seeing your old self and wondering if your life has prepared you for this moment.
What's weird to me is how this is worded. Earlier, Neji was all about people can't change, but then he drops old self, which is like, doesn't that insinuate change? I'm gonna chalk it up to dub because that actually doesn't make sense.
You want to keep me from raiding the deepest recesses of your mind. And why? Because everything I've said is true.
Like I've said, Neji doing this makes him unlikable, but you know what it also does? It makes Hinata overcoming it and taking this fight head on to be a good character moment. It makes the moment, although from a surface level sounds super easy, actually be really important due to the tension buildup from Neji mentally attacking her.
That familiar gesture of putting your finger to your lips. I know that it's a desperate attempt to suppress your rising panic.
You can actually see tears in Hinata's eyes in this shot. It's just a little hard to see. Also, something I really like about this episode is how the characters convey emotion and how shadows have been a big factor in it. Hinata looks horrified, Neji looks pissed, and Kurenai in the flashback looked noticeably upset. Take out the shadows under their eyes and yeah, have fun producing the same emotion to the same degree.
Who gave you the right to tell her what she can or can't be? Go on, Hinata, show this guy he's wrong!
This helps set up the third exam, but it also helps break Hinata out of whatever state she's in. There's a lot of stuff like this in this episode, moments that work short term and long term.
Ah! Hinata! You just gonna stand there and take that? Do something! You're driving me crazy!
S-tier instigator.
The look in her eye has changed. If you don't forfeit the match, you know what will happen.
What's interesting about this moment is that I feel like Neji is saying this as a cop-out. He says this hoping Hinata goes back to being nervous, but I also feel like he doesn't actually want to fight Hinata because he knows there's likely going to be a consequence from the main branch. You know, even though Hinata's dad doesn't really care how she does. Now, yeah, that would be seen as headcanon, but hear me out real quick. By how strict we see the main branch to be, is that really a stretch?
No more hiding. Byakugan!
Wait, so hold on. Neji and Hinata both have Byakugans? They have to be related. There's no way. Have y'all ever thought Hinata stands kind of like a Charlie Brown character? That's not messed up, is it? It's chill, it's chill. It's a cool touch, but Neji's stance is a lot more athletic, showing he's more skilled.
I have said it before. I have on my team the man who is probably the strongest Genin ever to come out of the Hidden Leaf Village.
So that was a fucking lie.
Okay, I love this fight. A lot. I'm not saying if it's my favorite, because you'll find out later, but what I will say for now is that the choreography of this fight is some of the best we've seen so far. You can hate me for this, I don't care, but this is the best we've seen since Sasuke vs Orochimaru. That title of it being the best will be short-lived, but still, it should be pointed out. I might have said this before, but I really love when fights just turn off the music and let you see it. Music is important in any visual media. Without good music, your scene might not hit right. But the absence of music can enhance a scene as well.
It's not the kind of taijutsu Lee and I employ. We tend to concentrate on inflicting external damage. The Hyuga way is to attack their opponent's internal organs and the chakra network through which the chakra flows.
The way the Hyugas fight is really creative to say the least. The idea of a chakra network is creative too. Veins for chakra? It's simple, but it's a cool concept. Honestly, I'm pretty mixed on what taijutsu style I like more, cause like, seeing Lee kick Gar in the head was amazing, but I love this fight cause of the taijutsu. Why is Sakura's head so big? I really like how this is conveyed. You don't know who hit who, but you know someone got hit hard. You can actually see everyone in the shot. No one's left out. Even Shino, he's right here.
So that's it, huh? That's all there is to the main branch's power?
Okay, this is a crazy start to an episode, but it actually makes sense since last episode we left on a cliffhanger. Also, can we talk about Neji's hand here? Like, your fucking wrist, dude. Remember last episode where I talked about how it tries to make Neji come off as unlikable as possible? Well, this episode does do the same thing, but it actually focuses a little harder on how powerful Neji is. You have that last moment and this, which make him seem a lot stronger than Hinata. He is, but like, that's besides the point. It's a really good visual touch to show the blur as a way to show what Hinata's seeing. Cause like, if you look closely, her eyes go out of focus as the blur comes in and back into focus when the blur ends.
But you mean all this time you...
That's right. I could see your chakra points the whole time.
Okay, this is a little weird, cause like, he could see your chakra points the entire time, even if they weren't visible, cause like, that's what the Byakugan does. I don't know, this line just kind of reads weird for me. Oh my god, off-model Sakura.
Look, Hinata. I'm completely out of your league, and that won't change. This is what separates the elite from the failures.
You get it? That's why the episode's called A Failure Stands Tall.
I never go back. word.
I'm not going to run away!
This is a big character moment. This is a needed character moment. What Hinata has been up to this point is just Naruto's love interest for basically no reason, but as you see in this episode, you get told why, as well as giving Hinata more character traits. She loves Naruto because of the way he carries himself, and she grows as a character from that. I do wish Hinata's character growth wasn't because of a love interest, but like, I don't know, I'll take it. It's not that deep.
My ninja way.
Bring it on.
Wait, so they both have Byakugan? They gotta be related. There's no way. So this might actually come off as a surprise that Hinata is acting like this after seemingly 2 hits, but there's actually a third. It's just offhanded. And yeah, at the start of the episode, we do get a moment that was her injured, but it was never like this bad, which I feel like actually shows how powerful Hyuga Taijutsu is. Also, Hinata's blood made a face. I might be stupid.
Go, Hinata! You can do it!
Okay, I'd be lying if Naruto saying this wasn't S-tier instigating, but like, it makes sense. Naruto's a character that acts on his emotions, so he'd 100% say this, just cause he's rooting for Hinata. Can we talk about how cool this little taijutsu part is? Like, look at this, how is this not some of the coolest fighting you've ever seen? Whoever animated this needs a raise. Like, how'd they make that look so rough?
I'll show you what I can do.
No. Fuck what I said about last shot. How'd they make that look so powerful? Just like the chakra going through, like, that's such a cool shot.
You just don't get it, do you? Your strikes were ineffective from the very start.
Like I said, they make Neji someone you hate, but they also make him someone you know is powerful. They make him a problem, and it's very well portrayed in only 2 episodes.
Since she's no longer able to continue this match...
No! Don't stop this match!
Okay, first off, I'll give Hayate this one. It makes sense to call it after that. But let's just talk about Naruto real quick. Like I said earlier, Naruto's an emotionally charged character. Making decisions on your emotions makes you irrational. So Naruto, in turn, is an irrational character. There's nothing wrong with that. That's why he's a good character. But what I'm saying is him doing this is emotionally charged, or irrational, which is in line with his character while also allowing it to drive home Hinata's character growth.
What do you think you're doing? If you continue to fight, you're going to die.
This is just like a great character moment for Hinata. Not giving up after essentially being on the brink of your heart collapsing is just some hard ass shit and you can't really get past that. Not really characters on Hinata's level of like side character would really do that. And her doing this pushes her to be more important in the story. But have you ever felt like Neji is kind of like sympathizing with Hinata for a second? Almost like he doesn't really want to kill her, like in this moment, not in the future? Like the only way it feels that way is because like, okay, I know it sounds dumb, but like the fucking sweat that drips on Neji's face. Like, I don't know, it's always given me the vibe that he doesn't actually want to kill Hinata here, even though he definitely makes an attempt later.
I'm far from finished.
So that was a fucking lie.
You've been carrying a very heavy burden, having been born to the main branch of the Hyuga clan. And you've cursed and blamed yourself for being weak.
Okay, an expansion on what I just said earlier. Does this not sound like he actually doesn't hate Hinata? He just hates his own position and in turn hates hers? Like, that's what it sounds like to me. It doesn't even matter. Like, he just rushes her later.
That you're the one. You are suffering much more than I.
I what?
You are suffering much more than I.
Like, I don't even think Neji hates Hinata. I just think he hates his position and is just being like a little loser taking it out on her. I agree Kurenai might be doing the least here, but like, she's still doing something. If Neji runs towards Hinata, then it's like, Kurenai is still holding him back, no? Don't you actually wish that like Hayate and Kurenai just switch places in the shot? Cause it's her student. Guy in the back cause Neji is his student, and Kurenai in front cause Hinata is hers. Wouldn't that make a better shot? Who cares? Never mind. Anyways, Neji was like definitely trying to kill Hinata here, let's just be real, but I think it's just cause he's lashing out. Again, cause he's just pissed at his position.
Neji, get a hold of yourself. You promised me you wouldn't let this whole head family thing get you riled up.
So that was...
Do you think I changed?
This is a really cool shot, because like, she didn't actually say it, she just thought it. Stuff that like, tricks the viewer's head a little bit. It's just really cool.
Hey you, loser.
Oh, bro, don't respond to loser. Don't be caught like that.
If you intend to call yourself a shinobi, stop that stupid cheering of yours. It's disgraceful. Once a failure, always a failure. You can't change that.
Let's go through each respectively. Number 1, I think it's completely fine to cheer. Who cares? They're human too. Getting mad at this is like Jesse Winker getting mad at Profar walking it off and then proceeding to pull this shit on a walk-off. Like, shut up. You look like such a fucking loser. Number 2, this is a really cool way to set up the third exam fight. They do a lot of setting up in the preliminaries. The 2 goals of preliminaries is setup and introduction with a little Gar versus Rock Lee in the middle of it. And overall, this moment sets up the biggest fight of the third exam.
Loser beating the gifted genius through sheer willpower. Now would not that make for an exciting match? Even if I am the one who is going to have to fight Neji.
I don't know why, but I just really like this moment because it kind of baits a setup. It makes you think that Lee has a chance against Gar because then they set up Neji versus Lee. And also, Neji versus Lee would have been a really cool fight to see, let's just be honest.
Oh no, she's going into cardiac arrest.
Am I stupid? Don't answer that, but on my first watch through, I thought Hinata was dead here. I was a literal child, okay? I don't know what cardiac arrest meant, but does it not seem like Hinata's gonna die?
Was he really trying to kill her?
I wouldn't waste your time glaring at me, when you really should be taking care of her.
S-tier rage baiter here.
She has no pulse.
Also, this doesn't help that Hinata was going to die allegations in my head. I was, so sure she was dead already.
Very serious. She's got 10 minutes at best. Let's get her to the emergency room now.
Okay, let's just talk about how goated these medics are. So I imagine they're close to the forest of death because when preliminaries started, we went from the tower to here. And these guys had 10 minutes before Hinata fucking dies. They ran their ass from probably the outskirts of the village at best to the hospital. And she was still alive.
Hinata, I give you my word. I vow to win!
This moment is just really emotional, especially because we just saw Hinata get packed up and fucking rolled over to the hospital, but Naruto and Neji now have a personal score. With that being said, is doing this with someone else's blood, or just blood in general, not weird? Younger me was oh my god, this is sick. But me now can kind of just find this funny, which is still good, I guess.